Triforce Heroes is best played with a couple of friends, although thankfully they did include a single-player mode. Triforce Heroes takes place in a land called Hytopia, a strange area far removed from Hyrule that is obsessed with fashion. An evil woman curses the princess so that she can only wear a black leotard. To save the princess, you'll be fighting your way through 8 different worlds, each of which is split into 4 different sections, each section of which has 4 different levels. That's 128 different stages to clear in the base game. The game also features a free DLC expansion called the Den of Trials, which contains 40 levels back-to-back to complete, although unlike the main levels, the Den of Trials is purely combat challenges. After you beat each section, you'll get a piece of loot, which can later be used along with rupees to craft different outfits, all of which give Link different abilities and buffs. You can use the bottom screen to send emotes and communicate with other players or to spec them directly, but otherwise the game takes place almost entirely on the top screen. And it's important to keep in mind that you can only play this game with 3 people or solo. All players share 1 combined health bar, however you do get 3 lives thankfully in individual magic bars. The items you pick up in this game are mainly staples of the Zelda series, although it was definitely fun to see some rarely used items return in this context. You can only hold 1 item at a time. Each of us tended to have favorites among the different items and we got very good at using specific ones. You also have the ability to throw other players around or stack on top of each other as a totem either 2 or 3 people high, and this was used as a game mechanic very often. Triforce Heroes is at its best with all 3 players running around, causing chaos, cooperating, and solving puzzles and challenges together. There were legitimately some moments where all 3 of us were dying of laughter at something stupid that happened or a crazy death, or when we were cheering each other on when someone made a perfect throw, finally defeated a tough boss, or solved a particularly difficult challenge that we came across. There was also a real sense of accomplishment throughout beating this game because it was surprisingly challenging. If you decide to play the game single player, you control 1 Link as well as 2 lifeless totems that you can transfer your spirit into. I didn't particularly like the single player mode and felt like it lost a lot of what made the game fun. That being said though, I am glad that it was included, especially now that there's no legitimate online play. I also did find it a drag to have to grind for materials to get outfits, without which we probably could not have made it through a lot of the different levels. You find out that the evil woman who cursed the princess is actually the sister of the fashion designer who makes all of your outfits. After a very grueling boss fight, you finally defeat her, and then you craft and put on her outfit, which allows you to break the curse on the princess. After this, there's a celebration and the kingdom returns to normal. There's a few other game modes that you can try out, like a Colosseum versus battle, and there's obviously a lot of challenges that you can complete on the levels, but otherwise that's pretty much the game. If you're in the mood for some challenging puzzles, even harder bosses, and tons of levels to play through, and you're able to find exactly 2 friends willing to play alongside you, this is a very solid experience through and through.